Today we are here to study the syllabus of Business Communication for SY BCom in semester 3 at Savitribai Phule Pune University. I myself, Dr. S.R. Pagari, would like to brief up with first chapter, that is Introduction to Business Communication. Introduction to Business Communication. First we will see what does the term communication mean. The term communication is derived from the Latin word communis, that means common. Whatever is common is shared by all. And so, if you need to understand what is communication, we can say communication is an exchange of messages between and among human beings. We should note communication is an exchange of messages between and among human beings. Now, let's see the definition of communication. First, we saw the meaning. Newman and Summer have defined the term communication as exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, and emotions by two or more persons. Communication is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, and emotions by two or more persons. Whereas Hoffman has defined communication as the process of passing information and understanding from one person to another. We can divide this definition into two. What? Communication is a process of passing information, and also communication is the process of understanding from one person to another. What is business communication? We need to understand what is business communication. Business communication is a branch of general communication which is specially concerned with all business activities. Here, as in picture you may see, we can see it is official picture. It is a formal picture, and so you can say the communication that takes place among business parties concerned with business affairs or business related issues is known as business communication. The communication that takes place among business parties concerned with business affairs or business related issues is known as business communication. Now, if we need to say the definition of business communication, we will define it as it is the expression, channeling, receiving and interchanging of ideas in commerce and industry. What is business communication? It is the expression, channeling, receiving and interchanging of ideas in commerce and industry. Now, there are some features of business communication. We will just discuss the most important features. First, communication is always meaningful. It needs to have some meaning. It is not meaningless. Communication is conventional and tradition bound to a large extent. Communication leads to interaction. Communication is supposed to be appropriate, and communication is always structured. I'll repeat once again. Communication is always meaningful. Communication is conventional and tradition bound to a large extent. Communication leads to interaction. Communication is supposed to be appropriate, and communication is always structured. Now let us see the scope of communication. The first thing is sharing information. As we have seen the definition of communication, it is derived from the Latin word communis, which means common, and common things are always shared. So sharing information becomes the very first scope of communication, where every single communication, every single time you communicate with each other and it goes on spreading. The second scope is of feedback. Every action has some reaction. Whether the message that is being given, whether that is being accepted, whether that has a positive or negative effect, that has to be seen. And so feedback becomes the second scope of communication. The third one is control. We need to have a control on sender as well as the receiver. The fourth communication scope is influence. Fifth one is problem solving. Sixth one is decision making. And seventh one is group building. Now let us see the characteristics of communication. Communication involves minimum two persons. One is a sender and the other is receiver. Now, who is a sender? A person who speaks, writes or issues some instructions is known as sender. In the language of business communication or communication, we can say sender is also known as communicator, and the person who receives the message from sender is known as receiver or communicative. So there are minimum two persons. One is communicator and the other is communicative. The second characteristic is communication is the exchange of ideas, orders, opinions, feelings, emotions. See, exchange of ideas. We can spread our ideas. We can share our ideas. Orders, we can share the order. We can give the order at a lower level or from the upper level. Take from the upper level. We can express our opinions. We can express our feelings, and we can also express our emotions wherever necessary. Characteristics of communication. The third most important is mutual understanding. It means that the receiver should receive the information in the same spirit with which it is being given. That means the spirit that the sender has, the same spirit should be with the receiver, so that it is called as mutual understanding. The next one we can see is direct and indirect communication. Communication can be both direct and indirect. Direct communication means face-to-face conversation, while indirect communication is through other means. Face-to-face communication is in front of each other, whereas in indirect there are some other devices that can be used. The fifth and most important characteristic is communication is of two ways. It involves both passing information and understanding. That is, sender passes the information, whereas receiver needs to understand the same. The next one is communication may be written, oral or gestural. Written communication, you can write by ink, you can write on laptops, computer, hard disk, you can take the printouts of it. That is your written communication. When you don't make use of pen, when you don't make use of laptops, when you communicate face to face, or when you talk on telephones, that becomes the oral communication. Whereas gestural, neither you use some words nor you make of some face to face communication, where you can use the body language, and that is also known as gestural communication. Now, the most important, communication may be formal or informal. In business communication, the communication is always formal because it is among the different employees of an organization with the protocols. In informal communication, the protocols are not used. So, basically, business communication is related with formal and informal communication. So, in this lecture, what have we studied? We have studied the meaning of communication, definition of business communication, scope of communication, and characteristics of communication. In next lecture, we shall see the advantages and elements of communications. Thank you.